I'm Lomax, and I speak for the motherfucking trees. And this is Tree Friday Day.
I have a lot of film equipment I have to juggle around, so I'm kind of looking for something, a lot of room for junk in the trunk, and this
Perfect.
You may think you are watching a normal business transaction. What you are watching is someone making a commitment to thinking local first. Transportation is an important part of everyday life in Poughkeepsie. It can make the many attractions in the city more accessible. This and many other concerns could determine how you can interact with the community as a whole.
I believe here in the city of Poughkeepsie, as well as the Hudson Valley, we have a unique opportunity here where, although we are metropolitan, we are very close-knit. So I was lucky to be mentored by some great individuals that work their way up to be CEOs and executive directors who were very kind to me and took me under their wing and really showed me what it is to be a leader. And through them, I was able to make my mark in the community and garner the same respect that they have here.
What happened was I just realized that I have to make the community I see through my eyesight. I have to be able to engage with people and create the community that I know it can be. It's a great community, but when you as an individual actively say, hey, I'll volunteer here, I'll work there, I'll help this one, I'll mentor that one, you are creating a better community.
When I was 16 years old, I went and joined the volunteer fire department. So I've always thought, seen the value of being involved with the community and that kind of thing. And now as I've, developed into a business relationship, be involved with the chamber, doing some things with the Chamber of Commerce, whether it's, being on fundraiser committees, Young Professional Advisory Committee, or the foundation board. And I've made a lot of great connections to the area and a lot of great friends. I think we've done some good, so it feels good to be able to have done that.
The biggest thing, I think the biggest thing that I would tell people, the younger people, our younger generation or our young professionals, is find a passion, find something that you truly believe in or truly think you can help to better your community, and then just follow that passion.
Do you want to make a difference in a community which you grew up in? Or do you want to move on and go to other places that also is important to you as well? Doing something new, going someplace else. For me, the argument that I made is just I got involved in things that kept me here. And when you are in a position, which I have found myself in for a good number of years, where you get to help, you get to lead, then it becomes very fulfilling, obviously. I'm not looking for a pat on the back, but I certainly am one of those folks that say, I do like being involved.
These are people who are building a life and making a difference in a place we call home, Poughkeepsie.
In a place that I call home and a place that I work and have fun in, I noticed that our community was in need of leaders with compassion and empathy to really make a change, especially in our younger generation. I started in juvenile work and continued that and really wanted to impart the lessons that I have learned through my own personal life onto them and let them know that success is always attainable no matter where you're from or what your background is. And it's achievable right here in the city of Poughkeepsie.
At a young age, this was not something that was completely talked about, but I was diagnosed dyslexic and also with several learning disabilities. And I learned at an early age that those were bad things. I had a few teachers that told me I would never learn to read, I would never learn to be able to understand what I'm reading, and that I would never amount to anything. And I started to believe them, but something within me said, no, that is not you. And I had a mom who drove me into saying, no, you can do whatever you want to do. And I had a sister that was saying, nope, if I can do it, you can do it. And just having those disabilities and having someone saying what I couldn't do, it drove me to be the best at what I can be. And I made sure that no matter what I did, whether it was in school or at work, that when I put my name on it, I put my absolute best into it. So when I commit to whether volunteering or my job or in my schooling, it's my everything, because I'm not just fighting just to do what's right, I'm fighting to be the best me, and that's breaking through those barriers of disability. So it's made me a better person because I'm more sensitive and in tune to other people who may have other incapacities. It doesn't make us a bad person. I've heard one of my classmates say, it's your superpower. Because I have this, I can do this.
One thing that we're very hyper-focused on, and that is a lesson that came out of that, is managing expenses and making sure that we don't let things get out of control. You know, because as you go through those boom and bust cycles, it's real easy to say, okay, well, it's only another, $100 a month, or it's only another $200 a month. And then before you know it, all those hundreds and 200s really add up. So coming from 2008, in 2008, we really made sure that we looked at all the expenses and made sure that we trimmed everything, and kept everything in control. And, as time has gone on, it's loosened up a little bit, but we're still very, very focused.
I don't know if it was any challenges that I personally faced, but I think a lot of it is the challenges that the organizations face when it comes to funding, making sure you have the right people in place. It's not easy, and there's so many other organizations that need help as well. So to get the funding and the right people in place that you need takes a lot of hard work and the right people.
Well, I think that probably first and foremost is that whatever the experience is, where are you on the other side of it when it's done? Was it something that you as a person were advocating for, and did you reach the goal of whatever you were advocating for? Has a problem that came to light where you found yourself in the middle of it for whatever reason, was it fixed? Was it talked about? Was it understood? The one thing that I've come to understand over the years is, and especially in a leadership role, you are not going to make everyone happy or everyone comfortable with whatever decision that ultimately you and others may have to make. But I think how you get there is just as important as where you end up.